doing today? Okay, well, thanks for coming to group tonight. I'm so excited. As we all know, this is a relationships group. It's our second meeting, and I'm excited to check in with everyone and see how everyone's been doing. Let's go around and reintroduce ourselves just in case we forgot. I'll start. I'm Vanessa.
I'm Chelsea.
I'm Iris.
And I'm Maddie. Okay, hi everyone. Okay, so I think to start us off, I was kind of thinking of what's a good feelings, like how we're feeling today. I'm all about the feels. So I want us to get up, get our juices running, and I want all of you, and me included, to do a creative movement of how you're feeling right now about today. Now it's the end of the day, probably had jobs, work, school, kids, who knows. So let's all stand up, and I'll go first. How I'm feeling right now is I am excited because we're in group together. Yay! Anybody?
I'll go.
Chelsea.
Sure. That's fine.
Okay. That's cool.
I'm feeling
Okay. I like it.
I'm feeling
All right. Well, that was great. Okay, so let's talk about how we're feeling. Okay. So Chelsea, do you mind if we start with you?
Sure.
What was that feeling about?
I'm feeling, well, I kind of just I'm not really feeling being here today, to be honest. Not really in the mood. And, yeah, just some stuff's been going on with me and my ex. Like, he's been talking to me again. So that's been really hard. So, yeah, hence the, and I just want to bury my face.
Okay. Yeah, I think we've all felt that for sure on some days, especially dealing with exes. Okay. Hey, Maddie?
about my feeling today. I feel okay. So I recently got a new. Well, I mean,
It was this.
It was
Yeah.
this. I
And
was
then you were like,
okay. So the reason why I did that was because I'm meeting someone new and it's going great, but I'm finding myself like comparing him to my ex, and it's like making me like detach and then come back, and then it's like I'm caught in that like wave where it's like, because then I'm not really happy because maybe on some things he's not meeting the expectation, but then I'm like, I shouldn't do that. I should give this guy a chance.
so creative, and I think that you got it right on point. What you're feeling completely matched your movement. Awesome.
All right.
Good job.
Me.
Yes. There's a lot in that.
I'm feeling like I just want to shake it off. You know, I want to just get rid of these stupid feelings I'm having. I just can't get over it. So I just kind of want to, I'm hoping that coming here today, I'm just going to shake it off. So that's kind of how I feel.
Love it. Love it. I think that's great. Thank you for coming and sharing that. Okay, so now that we got off to a great moving start, I can tell that we're all gelling and so happy, and I believe in you guys, and we're going to do great things today. What do you guys want to talk about today? It's all about you guys.
I want to see it. I'm curious to see what our group has to say about like if you guys have any ideas on how I can move past the whole everything that I'm doing, like comparing this new person to my ex, or just learn how to better process. I don't know. I don't even know what I should focus on first.
So you met a new guy, and obviously you like him.
Yeah. still think about, not only do I still think about him, but on different, like, okay, this new guy doesn't know how to dance. And so
Okay.
he's really awkward.
Was your ex good at dancing?
We dance well together, and that's like a loss. And so like every time we try, it's like, and so not just that, but he's very like, and this is gonna sound weird, but he's very into me. Okay, any girl would be happy to say that, right? But it's interesting because my ex, I guess, wasn't, and that's like mind blowing.
I know how you feel.
So it's like I'm not used to somebody being so into me.
So why is that? It's like we want people to be into us, but then when they're into us, then
Yeah.
we don't. Then we get turned
It's
off by
ridiculous.
it. I mean, I've had that experience
too.
before where I've been dying for a guy to be like so into me
And so devoted.
and so devoted and
Yeah.
everything, and then when I do find someone like that,
Yeah.
then it's like ew.
Yeah, it's like almost like, why do you like me this much? Like it's too
Too
much.
much,
It's too
yes.
angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at, guys.
Oh,
I know.
that's sucky.
That sucks. No.
Wow, that's a lot coming from you. So what if he wasn't that into you, then what would you feel like?
Maybe normal, but then it's funny. See, thanks for asking that question because now I'm talking about it and I'm realizing it. Okay, so I just said it would make it normal. Well, then what I'm used to is having a guy not be into me, and then that's just like deep, and it's like, how can I get used to somebody who's really so amazed by me?
That's like my normal too. Like now that you say that, it makes me think like people I've dated, they're always not as into me as I'm into them. And so it's kind of developed like into what my norm is and what my expectation is. And I almost like, I'm like, well, I'm going to get hurt anyways because they don't even like me as much, but I still really try and I don't know why. But that's like such a good question. Like, how do you kind of not accept, but be open to like having someone who actually likes you and create that to be your new norm?
Yeah. Wow.
You guys are all such wonderful women, deserving of such amazing love like that. Like I believe that we can all find that, myself included. I can totally relate to that because I can relate to having an ex that wasn't really, he was into me, but then you move on and you're like, whoa, it's too much. So it's like, how do you find that balance or the normalcy, and you have to figure out what's normal for everyone.
But the problem is the normal sucks. So why do you want to stay in that normal?
Mm-hmm.
I know I don't. I don't want to stay in the normal, so that's why I don't do that. Because I didn't like the normal. So maybe isn't there a show, The New Normal?
The New
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want the new normal.
I have to see that.
Yeah.
And I think what also makes us so great is our differences. What's normal for you might not be normal for you, which might not be normal for you, which might not be normal for me. I would like, what's an example of how this guy's, how do you feel he's too into you?
Like he'll he'll take my hands and yeah. He will. He'll go like this and he'll look into my eyes and we'll be having dinner and he'll be like this.
Oh boy.
And so like we'll be talking and he'll be like, "You're so beautiful," and like he'll say things like, "Where have you been all my life?"
Oh my God.
Which like honestly, I would always hope. Like I always said that. Oh, I can't wait because I always want I want somebody to love me so deeply like that because I love deeply too. But it's like I don't know if that's normal but then it's like brings me to like bigger questions like not this guy. My new problem is that my normal is having not somebody to not do those things with me. My normal is, having somebody who's not as devoted to me. So that maybe now that's scary.
Because what do you do with that?
Yeah, like now that I have it, it's like I don't know, guys.
I like to think about, like, I've thought about that a lot because, like I said earlier, I've experienced that, and I think a lot of it has to do, at least with me, I don't know, maybe this will resonate with you guys, but feeling vulnerable is really freaking scary.
Yeah.
And when someone's so into you, it's like, oh, they're being vulnerable, they're being open,
Yeah.
and then that means if you do that, there's a chance you're going to get hurt. But like our normal, it sounds like is, well, they don't really like me anyways, so I know they're not going to feel vulnerable with me. So we are almost expecting to get hurt anyways. So we know we can close off. And so I think it's like a thing about closing off and not being as vulnerable. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you have great points.
Yeah, so that's what I've thought about, because I've thought about that a lot. Like, why is that? Why do I find that okay in my life?
Do you go through that? Are you going through something like that now?
Yeah, a little bit. Like I said, my ex, he's been talking to me again, and he's like, I want to be friends with you, but yet he still acts like he likes me. Like,
that's so
and
confusing.
yeah, so it's weird. And I'm at this point where I know if I start talking to him again, then I'm probably just gonna get back into that same cycle I was in before.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that to myself. I want to be with someone who wants to love me and be devoted to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be with someone like him. But that's what
That's what you're attracted to. Right?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right.
So, are you attracted to this guy?
I'm attracted.
Or are you attracted? Do you like the qualities that he has, but you're not attracted to him?
So
Or
this
are
is-
you attracted to him, but the quality?
Physically, yes. And then like he's very sweet, and I like that. And I love that he like looks at me like if I'm Princess Diana, and I love that. But then it's like, am I fucked up? Like, am I more attracted to somebody who I have to chase after, or somebody who I am the one who's, like maybe I'm the one who's messed up, like.
I don't
All
think
these-
stuff.
I don't think you are either. Think that you're a wonderful woman, worthy of love, and sometimes, like when we're in new relationships, I feel like sometimes it can be overwhelming. Do you feel overwhelmed by all this?
I mean, he's saying like he lives like almost 2 hours away, and he comes to see me, but he's already thinking like a year in advance, like, oh, I'd love to go on trips with you and take you here and there.
How long have you been seeing?
For 3 weeks.
Wow.
Is that scary to you?
It is scary. That's why I'm freaking out.
Where'd you
I would be
meet
a little
him?
freaked out too.
We met on eHarmony.
A little like future planner there.
I know, you guys.
Yeah.
Now, eHarmony, I've never been on eHarmony, so I can't relate to that. But you have to answer questions and they like match you
Yeah,
like
so like
that?
when you join eHarmony, you have to ask it takes like an hour. You have to like answer like a bunch of questions, and then like within 24 hours, people who've answered basically the same answers you're matched with them. And not just that, but you have expectations. So like they ask you like what is it that like religious or like career wise or like is it okay if they're a smoker or if they have kids, things like that. And so then all of that kind of goes, and he was one of my matches, and we've had amazing conversations, like long conversations, like for 6 hours even on the phone.
Do you ever find yourself thinking, could this guy be a psycho killer?
Yeah, like I'm
I
feeling
mean-
red flags a
I
goal.
mean, does that ever come to mind? Do you think that that's why you can't really focus on the fact that he's being really nice? I know I probably would. That would be in the back of my head, and I would be having a really hard
Yeah,
time
That's
because I'd
positive.
be thinking, what if he's like
I
some
know.
kind of crazy guy?
I hope.
you know?
I'm honestly, I'm just going with my gut feeling.
Which
But
is what?
but-
Which is your gut feeling? Though?
My gut feeling is that, ooh, slow down here. You know, like it's my gut feeling.
What if he doesn't slow down?
Well, it's not gonna work then. But we've had that conversation already. And
Oh.
he's like, I don't want to. So he tells me, okay, you're a wonderful woman, and you're beautiful, and we're like physically like very like there's chemistry, but I don't want to rush anything. You take your sweet time. I have a feeling like that this could really work between us, and I don't want to rush it. And so I'm like, me too. I don't want to rush it either. But then when we're together, it's like
rushed.
it's rushed, and but then we're like, oh, we shouldn't rush it.
The actions aren't like
Yeah.
matching up with what he's saying.
Yeah.
Does he like push you to like hang out more or text a lot or
Yeah.
call a lot? Yeah.
Yeah.
So push. Chelsea used the word push, and you're agreeing. So is there you feel obligated to do all these things?
Actually, I don't feel obligated.
Okay.
But I'm not really like I text him. I initiate texting, and he texts a lot too. But like he's definitely like the caller person, and so we'll like talk every day, which is really weird for me because first of all I'm not a big texter. I don't like texting, but like with him I feel like I'm texting all the time, and it's weird because I'm normally disconnected with my phone. So that's weird, but it's like I'm not like I gotta text him or I gotta
I
talk
was
to him.
gonna say, does it bring up any like weird feelings for you? Like, cause for me, I'd be like so annoyed.
Yeah.
I normally don't text every day
Right.
or talk on the phone every day.
Yeah.
Does that happen? Like, do you ever feel that way?
Not yet. I'm waiting for that to happen. Like if I'm wondering like if I'm already feeling these like feelings, like eventually I feel like I might be like, gosh, don't contact me so much. But you know, it's funny because he's asked me multiple times. By the way, am I texting you too much? Am I contacting you too much? You tell me. So like I like that he's.
What do you say?
And I'm like, not yet.
Oh.
So I say that to him. I'm like, not yet. I'll let
But
you know.
are you being honest?
I am like not yet. Like
I was gonna say boundaries are a thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking boundaries.
Should I tell him that yes?
I don't know. I think it's up to you.
How do you feel?
Well, like I think I'll be honest. Like if when the morning comes or the day comes where I'm like I'm busy, I'll have a talk to him. I'll be like, listen, I need like time. Like I can't answer you right away, or I can't. Maybe a day or 2 or 3 or 4. Out of the week where don't call me or contact me.
That's a good boundary.
That is a good 4 days though. Have you ever had a relationship where you didn't speak to someone for
No,
4 days?
that might be a little too.
Go back to your normal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Wow.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, thanks for your input, guys.
Wow. Okay. So, how's it with your ex? Has Naimati said anything that has resonated with feelings inside of you?
Just kind of like I'm not really seeing anyone at the moment like she is, but I've kind of been talking to some people, and it's just got me thinking. Kind of how she is. Like, what if I meet someone who's really into me? Like, how am I going to react to that? Like, what am I going to do? Because I know that I sometimes will push away, or I'll just let myself completely go into that normal crap where I become the one who's kind of chasing, you said earlier, them. So that's been kind of hard. And then with my ex texting me, like, you said, like, you're feeling like you think about your ex.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I've been talking to my ex, and some of the things that I liked about him are like now in my brain, so it's like influencing these people that I am kind of talking to, because I'm like, well, they're not like him, they're not, in a doctorate program, they don't speak 3 languages. I'm like, I need to not do that to myself. Like, that's, just sabotaging it before anything really starts. But it makes me feel like I kind of just want to shut down a little bit, which I know isn't good.
And like, say you're talking to your ex, but like, are you guys wanting to get back together?
No,
or-
because he just wants to be friends, but it's bringing, because I'm talking to him and he does this thing where he doesn't really act any different. Like, he doesn't act like I think a friend would act. So,
Oh, that's hard.
I'm like,
So those feelings are coming back up.
Yes.
That's hard. How
So
could
do-
they not?
Right. Oh no, it's fine, please. How could they not come up?
yeah, I think they weren't coming up when we weren't talking, and now it's,
It's bubbling up again.
yeah.
So with your feeling of that, do you think that you're not better off, but you're feeling like you can't, it's either black or white. We're talking or we're not talking.
Yeah, because with him, I've always had problems. I'm telling you to set boundaries, but I have problems with him to set boundaries that it's like, I don't know, I feel like maybe I should set boundaries. Otherwise, in my head, it is black and white. It is like either I can't or
Yeah.
I do it and sabotage myself. So, I don't know.
I think that you looking in yourself can totally pick which path to go, and I think you have all the answers, and you seem like you have all the tools in your toolbox to do it, and you have to do what makes you feel the happiest inside. That's, I think, what we all want for you, right?
But how do you find that? How do you find that? I want to know, like, from you. You're the
From me.
therapist. You tell me, how do I find that?
Well, I don't have all the answers, Iris. I'm just slowly
You know?
facilitator
But
here.
it's
But I-
really hard. It's really hard.
It is hard.
because
You know,
it's like these feelings come up again. You start feeling that loss of control. Like your emotions are just like,
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
And that's why I came here, because that's what I want to get rid of.
Yeah.
I can't keep dealing with that, because then I can't move on. I can't meet somebody else because I'm too busy thinking about, well, is this guy gonna do what my ex did? So I don't let myself get there. It's either that black and white, and then when I give myself completely, then that's a mess, because it doesn't work, because I'm either loving you 200% or I don't want to deal with you, and I feel like, why should I have to change that? That's me. That's how I love a person, but nobody really knows how to accept that, which really sucks. So why even bother? And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, why bother? Why waste my time if it's gonna turn out, to be a disaster? So give me the answer.
I can only imagine how you're feeling. I mean, it's relationships and love. Like, people ask, like, what's the meaning of life? Like, and we don't know. Oh my God, relationships and love. That's one of the most complex
Seriously.
interactions that one human can have with another. And is there a right answer?
No.
Is there like a perfect, I wish there was like a pill you could take and mix a potion and you're going to meet your prince or princess charming, and I wish I'd be first in line. I can completely understand, but I just want all you to know that you're all beautiful, you're all strong. I believe in you and your potential. I don't know. I think like by coming week to week and we're all talking to each other and we're helping each other and we all bring our different things to the table. I'll even share. I can relate with the whole. You have a really great relationship. It ends, unfortunately, and then you're like, well, do I put all of that into someone else and they could like stomp all over it? That's the worst feeling
It is.
ever.
I
And you're
think-
like, go ahead.
I don't know. Sorry,
No,
I
it's
just was
fine.
thinking about what Iris said, and I don't know. I think you're scared, and I think that's okay to be scared. But I think you're letting yourself be so scared that you're thinking so much about, are they going to do what my ex did? Are they going to do what my ex did? That it's kind of screwing up anything you could potentially have. I don't mean to call you out, but like I feel like that's, you know, and I felt that way before, you know, that I'm so afraid. But I think it's worth it to be vulnerable and to be at least open, like vulnerably to the fact of, okay, I'm gonna give this a shot. Because if you're like thinking, oh, they're gonna do what my ex did, and you're so afraid of it, then you end up doing weird crap.
That's true.
And it ruins it anyways, you know? I don't know, but, and then also you said like you love like 200% or nothing at all. I noticed that I used to do that a lot. I've been trying to work on it. Like, maybe it's not that I love them any less, but I'm setting up like, I don't want to call it a wall, but like a healthy like wall where I'm like, I can love you, but I can't get absorbed in you.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I do that.
Yeah, I kind of felt that because I've done that. So I'm like, I feel like maybe she's doing that. And even if it's like how we are, because you said, well, it's how I am. Sometimes like, I think we need to change ourselves. And it's a good thing that we change ourselves. I think change is good when it can help you in your life and may help you, you know, feel better at least about potential relationships instead of like being afraid of it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be afraid. I mean, I want to
Yeah,
have
it
a-
sucks.
I don't want to grow old and
Yeah.
be by myself. And, you know, but sometimes I say to myself, I'd rather be by myself than with some
A
idiot
bad
Oh,
yeah.
that doesn't, you know, care about me. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, or who doesn't
Treasure you.
make me feel like I should. Because I think I'm a good person.
You
Yeah,
are.
you
So
are.
I don't think that I should kind of settle.
No.
No.
But I feel like, how do you not settle when you don't feel that great about yourself?
Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you met somebody that like you think, oh wow, this could go somewhere, and is this person into me? Like, but then your fear got in the way and you shut it
Oh
down.
yeah, all the time.
Really?
All the time. Every relationship that, well, not relationship, but like potential
Yeah.
that I've had so far, it's been that, you know, where like I think, oh yeah, this guy's into me or whatever, but then I kind of like, yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Tripping yourself up.
Yeah, I definitely think you're worthy of all that love and somebody loving you 200% also.
Because you're really wise,
Yeah.
Iris. Like, all the stuff you've talked about in groups before, like, you're so wise. And I feel like you would know if you felt like you were settling.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you would know if you're, like, just accepting a person because you felt like you didn't want to be alone. Because you're so wise. So I'm like,
I think I settle all the time.
yeah.
I don't think that I've ever.
I think you have it in you, though. Because you're so, like, stuff that you talk about, like, advice you've given me before. Like, and in a group, it's helped me. So I think that you can do that for yourself.
Can girl. I guess.
You can, and then that's what we're all gonna help Iris do in the coming sessions, right? Well, I think that this session has been so productive. I know I've learned all about you guys. I feel that you're so strong and you're a wonderful bunch of women. I can connect with each and every one of you. Let's close this out with another creative dance movement because I feel like the energy between you guys, all of us, has been so great. Like, we started out, how do you feel now during the day? Well, let's do a creative, how do you feel how this session went?
Okay.
I think we could do that? Okay. So I'll go first again. And I am just topping with joy that you guys bonded and you shared, and I think you guys did great. Each and every one of you.
I'm feeling
Hopeful.
Oh.
Okay. Is that a butterfly? Beautiful. Love it.
I'm like, ah,
Yeah.
you guys all helped me.
Awesome.
That's good. I'm feeling more open to things and more willing to accept than closed off.
Wonderful. Yay, us. So same time next week.
Yeah.
Awesome. Be here, be there, be
Awesome.
square.
All right.
Thanks, guys.